This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
So he started third, but Noah Gragson leads the first lap. Matt Crafton and Kyle Busch, who started on the front row, the two of them still side by side.
Matt's doing a great job hanging in there on the outside, and trouble already. Norm Benning is around.
So Norm Benning brings out the yellow.
We just flat spotter.
And Benning's going to have to bring it in and put tires on. You heard him say flat spotted the tires with that spin.
Norm.
The 7 of Corbin Forrester and the 49 of Wendell Chavis passing before they got to the start-finish line, and they're going to have to go to the rear for this restart.
Yeah, without a doubt, you have to stay in line till you get to start-finish line. Even though they get jumbled up, they have the option, and you see the 7 of Forrester just jumped down to the inside, made it 3 wide, and just kept on going.
Yeah, if you fall down there to miss a wreck and don't advance your position, they won't black flag you, but that was against the rules what the 7 truck did.
So they'll go to the tail, and plenty of time to make that up. That
doesn't have anything to do with Goodyear. These are the most awesome tires in the world, but this track is like a cheese grater. Eat the rubber right off those tires.
Same right side tires that the Xfinity cars had earlier today. A little bit different left side, but it's the same combination of lefts and rights that these guys ran last year.
Well, and if we do get a yellow, keep in mind the new rules in regards to one less man over the wall, and that creates a variety of challenges for these crews, as you see Jesse Little closing the gap on Ben Rhodes for 4th. But these teams really haven't had many reps under the new format with these pit stops, and that opens up the opportunity for something to go wrong on a final stop and change the outcome of this race.
Probably very few 4 tire changes for these guys at Daytona. Sometimes it was fuel only, and probably at most right side tires. So it may be the first time they put 4 tires on under race conditions. Today was.
But we won't see them come to the pit road unless there's a yellow, because they don't need to come under green, but they want to come. They want to get some tires, don't they? Sauter trying to close up on Kyle Busch. Here's Johnny Sauter's radio.
This thing is not over. We still got another shot if a caution does come out. Still all green. Keep working it.
That's a spotter's job. Keep your man in the game. Make sure he understands the opportunity that might lie ahead. And that's also a nice message to the crew chief and the team. You know, we could have the most important pit stop of the year could be coming up. And we don't know it yet, but we have to be ready for it.
Crafton on his teammate Ben Rhodes for 5th. The only one of the top 7 that doesn't have a series win is Jesse Little in that 97 truck. And there's a caution.
Caution. There's our shot, boys.
The 33.
He's right in the middle of the road, in the middle of the back straightaway, right in the middle of the track, buddy. Right in the middle of the track.
Big hit for Josh Rayom. Brings out the yellow.
We can see Josh moving around a little bit in that truck. There's Joe Shear Jr. I don't think there's any question. I mean, the guys told me, Michael, they were going to come in if it was a green-white checker finish, and it may end up being a green-white checker.
It's a good thing your crew was putting a little air in the tires, planning for those adjustments. Tad Boyd, his smooth tones to Johnny Sauter, saying we ain't out of this thing yet. And now they've got an opportunity, like I said, to pull off the best pit stop of the year and put yourself in a position to win this race. Remember, Vince, Kyle Busch has not been dominant on the start of a run.
Front end looks there. See him right there. He's all by himself. Just gets sideways, overcorrects. He's going to slide back up the racetrack.
Nice job slipping through.
And then clipped. Dalton Sargent came by and clipped him with a 25 truck.
And Dalton couldn't see, Phil. You know how blinding that tire smoke is, and he had to just make a guess at which way to go, and he guessed wrong.
Quite a bit of damage to Dalton's truck there.
And you know, when we talk too about these trucks slipping and sliding, you can't just change directions when these tires are worn out. I think Kyle Busch called for 2. I think with the trouble on the right front, when they dropped that jack, he left.
Yeah.
We said you can't afford a mistake, and there's a problem on that right front. You saw the rear. They were working on that left rear, and then Kyle pulled away. And the tire is off the left rear.
That was the audible. Kyle wasn't aware that the crewman had got to the left rear to take his tire off. And he left.
And those that didn't want to see Kyle Busch come down to the Truck Series and win, they're cheering. But
well, he was a long way from winning this race, even with a good stop.
On the left rear, there you see waving, saying, no, I don't have them. I don't have the lugs on.
Well, no one expected Kyle to go. I think that was just a decision he made on his own when they struggled on the right front. I can win this race on 2 tires, and I'm leaving. He didn't realize the left rear had been worked on.
Yeah, and I think he had 0 lug nuts, obviously, on the left rear of that tire. He knows there's a problem. They've told him that they have no lug nuts on the left rear, and there the tire comes off.
NASCAR overtime, taking you to the checkers from Atlanta Motor Speedway when we come back. We'll rack it up and do it again. Myatt Snyder and Johnny Sauter. Snyder with 2 tires on the inside, Sauter with 4 on the outside, and here comes Brett Moffitt for the lead. Moffitt in the 16.
3 wide, you're in the middle.
3 wide behind Brett Moffitt.
What a move by Brett Moffitt. He's got a gap now.
And here comes Crafton trying to get around for second, but he's got company. Look at it. Wow. Noah Gregson on the inside.
Noah Gregson, Johnny Sauter side by side now, coming down for the white.
But it's Brett Moffitt out front, and the white flag is out. 1 to go in Atlanta. The next flag will end it. Side by side is Gregson and Sauter.
Brett
Moffitt out front.
He said, see you later. I'm driving off into the sunset here at Atlanta for this win.
Banging doors, Sauter and Gregson. And now Rhodes trying to get into the mix. But Brett Moffitt with 1 career win, about to make it 2. Bringing it to the line. Brett Moffitt wins in Atlanta.
Nice work. Nice work, boys.
Wow.
Make sure we thank Mark Conquest, man. Thank you, Brett Moffitt. Thank you, all the partners. Mark, awesome engine. Awesome restart. Thank you, Brandon. Proud of you, boys.
The Toyota power under the hood of the 16, and Hattori Racing gets its first ever win with Brett Moffitt getting it done at Atlanta. What a finish. The restart of his life sends him to victory lane. Brett Moffitt wins.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a special presentation of ABC Sports, spanning the globe to bring you the biggest events in the wide world of sports.